that are probably not the smartest ideas. And 405 is an OG. He's been playing since forever, and he has that neutral, you know. So I feel like as long as 405 is able to keep up the neutral game, you know, win the neutral game, this can be 405's, you know. But if 405 gets opened up by BenchNinja, then it can end just like that.
Of course, and there is. And we're gonna set up into this first match. They are watching the full intros. I am a personal fan of Johnny's intro. It just comes in with the dust.
Yep.
And these two are just. I believe these two are gonna respect each other very heavily.
Yeah.
Because
our round start. Oh, we just started with the backdash. You're right about that respect.
And
okay, 405 gets an early corner. But
early corner, but he's able to turn it, but then immediately 405 just is right back on top.
Ooh, gets the 6K, and that was a bad burst, but he didn't get punished for it, and actually gets the throw.
And there's another burst.
Now, 405 and the gold burst. This is the 405 special. He loves gold bursting, and when he does, he loves going for those YYRCs. He will do YYRC after his YYRC. That doesn't look like it's gonna happen there.
And there's and here goes BenchNinja.
Additionally, give him the corner. Yep, 405 gets out of it. Ooh,
he
rips the 6K.
This BenchNinja's looking for that corner carry super
Just
hard.
The corner back, but that was a level 2 misfiner, so this is some damage. And he didn't get the Zwei knockdown.
But there goes BenchNinja with that good counter hit, and it looks like he's gonna try and carry him right to the corner and start setting up that corner pressure. And
405 should get his burst back by now. Is he gonna burst
there
out
it
of
is. Is he gonna?
Oh, he goes for the super, and that should be done then.
That I would consider that a very smart move by 405. He kind of saw that round was kind of getting a little bit out of hand, and he's gonna save that burst into the second round.
Yeah.
Because he does have his burst while Ramlethal does not.
A difficult part about Johnny is that his combos are some of the most kata specific in this game. To get those knocked down with the one hit Y, you actually need to know almost routes almost by character, you know. And so I think 405 might not have practiced his Y knockdown routes against Ramlethal specifically, which is why he wasn't going for them.
And there's the dust right there catching him out.
And that can be really bad because, you know, without the Y, he can't
here's
really
a level 3.
Yep, that's the level 3.
It's some really good damage.
And manages to block. But good for the RC and gets opened up by the overhead. Another overhead, and this should be okay. He bursts out of it to stay alive. Can he do anything? Yep, he gets clipped by the Zord.
Those sitting swords cover so much space.
A big part about playing Ram is that you need to watch those Zords, you know, because you need to be watching both Ram and the Zords. You know, you can't just watch one or the other, because if you're not watching the Zords, they can just clip you out of nowhere.
So it looks like they're not going to make it. There's not going to be any character swap, and they are.
No, these two are characters loyalists. 405 has been messing around with other characters. That's mostly to learn them, you know, because you know what's the best way to learn a character, to learn how to play against characters besides playing the character, right?
And immediately, BenchNinja is getting some super good pressure.
An early burst, that's probably a good idea. You don't want to deal with Ram pressure.
The sword catches him. That's and
405 hasn't been able to really get a lot of things started. There's the 6K. Oh, this is straight jump back. I wonder if that's what he was complaining about over around.
It looks like they're trying to space each other out as much as possible. They are not playing around with each other in this round.
Ooh, he gets the 6K, but no conversion. Ooh, he doesn't empty dash, and I guess he thought BenchNinja would respect him, but that was not true. This should go with the overhead, and then
BenchNinja just catches these overheads.
And this should end. Yep.
Wow. BenchNinja knows when 405 is crouching.
Yeah.
That is it, and that is the huge reason why he is up so much in this round.
And this is game point for BenchNinja.
405 has to get on the offensive right now, or he's just going to get forced right back into the corner again.
Yeah.
And already just like BenchNinja covering in a lot of space with those swords. And 405 is able to.
But Bench bursts out of it.
BenchNinja just finding those the zones that he can be in, but there's an air grab, and that's gonna. And they're trading counter hits at this point.
Level 1. That's fine.
That is probably a necessary burst at this point.
Level 2 it should be end. Yep. So 405 staying alive. Yeah, he's staying alive.
So we're going into match point for BenchNinja right now, And hopefully we can see him. He seems to be learning like where he can hit. That was a really good grab to catch Ramlethal out of anything he can do.
Know that Johnny gets a full combo from his grab.
So, but
as you see there, he missed this Y and he didn't quite get the knockdown. You know, and a lot of cats in Guilty Gear, since the Oki situation is such a big deal, you know, you need to get those knockdowns. You know, and 4-5 has just not been very good at doing that. But again, maybe that's just because he hasn't had as much labbing against with the Ramlethal specific combo. But he has a full meter now, and he's still sitting on like a healthy amount of points. So this is definitely going 4-5's way. He has but he gets caught by the.
BenchNinja's placement of those swords in the air are just fantastic.
Okay, he bursts
right
out
now.
of it. That's good. He probably wants to get out of that. Oh, he's for the PRC.
Like the BenchNinja has been placing those swords in the right place to make certain that he has control over this matchup.
I thought that string would have been burst safe because it is quite difficult to burst against Johnny, and he gets caught.
And there it is. BenchNinja.
That was a close set that match that game.
I think that set really came down to BenchNinja's ability to place those swords correctly within space.